Hey guys, thanks for watching. Big news, I just got the NBN, so it's going to be way easier to upload these videos compared to what it was before. It used to take forever because I was pumping out a video every single day and uploading it, and the speeds were terrible. But anyway, what is it like starting your day at 3 a.m. every day? And every single TV presenter out there, or radio person or whatever, someone who works in media can relate to this. I did a very big stint of 3 a.m. starts, and it wasn't by choice. It was just because my shift started very, very early, and there's lots to do. There's research, there's putting on makeup, all that sort of thing, and then you're kind of on camera or in the studio by 5 or 5:30, because the thing with TV is that you need to be on the TV when people are not at work. That's when people are watching. When people are at work, they're doing work. So from 9 to 5, and this is the reality of working in media, it's like your hours are outside of those hours mostly, unless you're really, really lucky. But if you're on camera, most of your hours are between sort of, 4 a.m. to 9, and then from 5 to 10 p.m. And so those shifts, have been quite crowded in my life. And thankfully, I've managed to work mostly through the years on the PM side of things. But I have done very big stints doing those sort of 3, 4 a.m. starts where your alarm goes off, and then you've got to get to work, do your research, do your makeup, and all that sort of stuff. It's just the reality of the game. But what is it like doing it day after day after day after day? And week after week, and then month after month? It's hard. It's really hard, because I know people who do this every single day, and they've done it for years. And some people have done it for over 10 years, and you hear stories online about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He gets up at like some insane hour and then hits the gym and does that for, he gets more done by 5:30 than I do in my entire day. And that's how he operates. And some people are just naturally wired to that. For me, it's a little bit different. Really getting used to those 3 a.m. starts does take it out of you. And the tiredness kind of builds up through the week. And then you can't really recover on the weekend, because you're so used to waking up at 5 a.m. that your body, or 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., that your body clock is getting you up, even if your alarm's not going off, even on a weekend. And you just want to go to bed so early. And I think the main issue with getting up at 3 a.m. every morning is the relationship that you have with your partner and your family. So if you're getting up at 3 a.m., you're wanting to go to bed really early, and my wife wants to stay up as late as she can and then wake up as late as she can. So it just didn't work for us. She became very unhappy, and basically I'd want to go to bed and tell her, oh, can you please be quiet? And it was just unfair, like telling her to, be quiet and everything when she wants to wake up, just because I have to be at work and things like that. So that was difficult, and she would get frustrated and everything like that. And some nights you'd end up sleeping in separate beds and things, and it would cause sleep issues, because the other person would always be waking the other person up. If your alarm's going off at 3 a.m., you're waking that person up, and then you've got to get ready and make noise around the house. And so they're having to get up early for no reason, and then they start resenting you and things like that. So that's hard to manage, because you want your partner to be happy, but also you want to have a good career and a good job. And sometimes those two things don't go hand in hand, unfortunately. And that's one of the big reasons why it's hard. It's really hard. The second thing I did mention, the tiredness kind of builds up through the week, and you can't really recover. And if you sort of get 3, 4, 5 hours a night, you can survive, but the deficit starts to build up, and you start to feel really fatigued after a while. That was my experience anyway. And many people said, oh, don't worry, you'll get used to it. After a few months, your body will just adapt to the lack of sleep and all that sort of thing. But really, 3 a.m. is the middle of the night. And I don't think the body was meant to get up at 3 a.m. 5 a.m. is totally fine. I can get up at 5 a.m. and function quite normally and do workouts and not feel tired and go to bed at a normal time. But it's that 2 hours, that 3 a.m. start that tends to just accumulate into fatigue after a while, and you want to start taking more holidays and just to recuperate, and you want to just have more rest time and things like that. What are the advantages of waking up at 3 a.m? Well, the traffic. So your roads to work in the morning, whether you're in Sydney or Melbourne or Canberra or wherever you are, or Brisbane, if you're waking up and going to work at 3:30 or 4 a.m. in the morning, your roads are clear. Like, you are just green, 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 green the whole way through. And that's awesome, not having to deal with traffic. And then when you're driving home, you're generally driving home at about 12 or 1 p.m. or maybe 2 p.m. or something like that. And so the roads are pretty good. Like, you've just got that normal daytime traffic. You are out of peak hour, and that saves so much time. If you're stuck in traffic going to work at 9 and 5, that can add an hour into the car every single day, or sometimes even more than that. So missing that is a big bonus. The other thing is you get to finish early, and you're not going home when the sun's going down. You're going home in one of the most beautiful times of the day. So you've got the entire afternoon of warm, sunny sunshine to be doing stuff. You might have other goals that you want to achieve or projects that you want to do. And if you don't need that nap, if you're not feeling like you need to nap or anything, you can work out in the sunshine. You can do your exercise and that sort of thing. You can go to the shops because like everything's open, and you can get chores done, and you can get those errands. You can just get those out of the way on a weekday when everything's open, and you don't have to wait for a weekend and spend your weekend doing errands. You can just focus on relaxing on a weekend if you do have the weekends off. A lot of media jobs require you to work weekends and things like that. So that's a real bonus, is that everything's open and you've got the whole afternoon to just do whatever you want. So that is a big bonus, and having that time to yourself and things like that. But that can be a negative as well, having all that time to yourself. Because you have to be comfortable in entertaining yourself and be good on your own, because you're coming home to an empty house, and that house is empty if your partner works and they're not coming home until 6 p.m. And then you're required to sort of get everything ready and that sort of thing. So there are challenges, there are drawbacks to waking up at 3 a.m. Long term, is it sustainable? I don't know. For me, it would be difficult. I'm sure I could do it. Those the Today presenters and the Sunrise presenters and all that sort of stuff, they do it for just years and years and years and years, and they're getting up super early every single day. And Steve Jacobs, and he's on the road and doing the weather and leaving at 2 a.m. and all sorts of crazy stuff, like in the middle of the night, and then he's working all day, like recording stuff and things like that. They get paid handsomely to do it, and you would just put up with it. And you would just put up with it if you got a fantastic job and an amazing opportunity in any job that that was paying you lots of money to wake up 3 a.m. You just make it work, and you would be happy. But you do notice the effects of waking up at 3 a.m. every day, and you just got to do whatever you can to be kind to yourself and manage that as best you can. The fatigue, listen to your body, sleep when you have to, have a really good diet. That really helps. You can try the intermittent fasting thing that I've been talking about on the channel a little bit as well in previous videos. So if you are having to wake up at 3 a.m. every day, try to listen to yourself and be kind to yourself, and diet, and having that nap is not a problem. Just make that time for yourself, and also be understanding about your partner's needs. You're really tired and you're frustrated because they're not maybe understanding completely how tired you are by getting up at 3 a.m, by not wanting to be quiet or turn lights off in the house or whatever, or turn the TV down or everything like that. But at the same time, you have to be understanding that they don't want that life and they don't live by those hours. So it's just about compromising with your partner as best you can. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and stay tuned to the channel for plenty more. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.